morning to all the class 6 and 7 students. This is a common chapter between class 6 and class 7 students. So a common video of chapter number 3 has been put on the website. You watch it. Then now let us begin with our chapter number 3, that is your what? Fabric to fiber. This chapter is in class 6 also, as well as in class 7 also. Yeah, that is your chemistry chapter number 3. It is in both for class 6 and for class 7. Now, when we are talking about fibers, fibers means what? Fiber is a raw material which is obtained either from the plants or the animal sources. So, fibers are basically they are the raw materials which are obtained from the plants as well as the animal sources. So, we can say all the fibers gathered from the plants and the animal sources are your natural fibers. So, let us take an example of what are the animal sources of fibers. The animal sources of fibers will be your like a goat, sheep, camel, rabbit. All these are the different animal sources from which we used to get the fibers. Then especially we are going to talk about the sheep fiber, the fiber which is obtained from the sheep, which are used for making up your woolen clothes as well as for your sweaters. And we are going to talk about the fibers which is obtained from the silk. These are the two main fibers which has been discussed in your chapter both in class 6 as well as in class 7. Now these are the animal source of animals fibers are your sheep, goat, yak, ox, all the rabbits and so on. They are the animal source of fibers. The plant sources of fibers would be your cotton, jute, flax. All these are the various types of plant sources of the fibers. In the plant sources of the fibers we have the cotton fibers, then we have what? The jute fibers is there, the flax fibers is there. Then in the jute fibers, jute fiber is also there, flax fiber is there, hemp fiber is there, coir fiber. Coir fiber means the fibers which is obtained from the coconut here is called as the coir fibers. So these are the some of the fibers which are obtained from the plant sources. Now we'll talk in detail about the fibers which is obtained from the silk and what are the various processes which are involved during the formation of the fibers obtained from the sheep and of the silkworm. Let us begin with the fibers obtained from the sheep. The first process which is involved in the process of making up of the fibers from the sheep is the shearing process. That means what? Shearing means shearing of the wool will be taking place from the sheep. That means before shearing we have to what? We have to rear the sheep and use the wool for their cloth fibers. So in India sheep are reared in a large scale, that is called as the rearing and breeding of the sheep is done in various states of India, you can see. Now it is done, you will get in Jammu and Kashmir also, Gujarat also and so on, Punjab, Haryana, everywhere it is done. Next now let's see what do you mean by shearing of the wool. So the process which is obtained in the formation of the fiber making is what? From the sheep we have to get the fleece. Fleece is nothing but the hair of the wool is called as the fleece. So the hair of the wool is called as what? Fleece. The hair of the wool, you can say the hair of the wool of the sheep. That means what? The hair of the sheep is called as your fleece. So the first process is shearing. Shearing means what? The removal of the hair of the sheep along with the thin layer of the skin is removed from its body. This process is called as your shearing. So the first process in the formation of the fabric is the shearing process. That means removal of the hair of the sheep from its body is called as the shearing. The next process is what? The fleece is obtained. That means the hair is obtained and then scoring is done. Scoring means what? Scoring is a process of properly washing the fleece. That means what? After the hair has been removed from the body of the sheep, the hair of the sheep, that means the fleece of the sheep is used to be washed properly so that all the germs and bacteria should be free from the fleece. Then the third process is, yes, you can see scoring is washed fleece. Now what is after the fleece has been washed, the fleece goes to a process of sorting, grading and dyeing. Sorting, grading and dyeing, these are the three various steps which used to go after the fleece of the sheep has been washed. So sorting means what? Grouping of the sheeps into different varieties is called as your sorting. So you can say if you the grouping of the sheeps into The hair is, that means the fleece of the sheep is sent to the factory where here are different textures are separated. So sorting means grouping of the fleece into different categories is called as the sorting of the fleece. Then grading means what? Your grading means also separating the hair of the fleece sheep into on the basis of the color, shape and size. That is called as the grading. And dyeing means coloring the fleece of the sheep. So coloring the fleece of the sheep means like the color, different types of color process obtained. That is the the fleece of the sheep is also colored for obtaining the different types of fibers, like woolen fibers as well as the sweater fibers that we get. It is obtained of different colors. So the dyeing process is there for coloring of the fleece of the sheep. So dye the fleece. After the dyeing, we have obtained the dyed fleece. That means different colors of the fleece has been obtained. And the last process is yarning. Yarning process means what? Formation of the yarn means through the process called spinning. Spinning means what? Making of the fleece of the hair into a bundles form. Like you have seen the woolen bundles form, like a ball type is there. That is called as the spinning. The process is called as the spinning. Means you have the fleece of the hair is formed into a thin thread like structures. After that, the fleece of the sheep is formed into a bundle structure. Like as I will let you see what are the various types of fleece. That means like a ball form. In a small bundles form, it used to be obtained and then it used to be sent to different factories for the formation of the woolen clothes. So after it has been formed into a yarn, that means into the bundles, the weaving and knitting process is done. When it is the fleece of the sheep, that means the fiber is obtained in the form of the spin, that means in the form of a yarn. After that, it has been done in the weaving process is there, and then knitting process is there. After the weaving process, we will get a woolen cloth, and then after the knitting process, we will get a sweater. That means sweater clothes. That means winter type of clothes are obtained after the spinning, weaving and knitting. The dried fibers are strengthened, formed and rolled into yarn, and the shorter fibers are spun and woven into woolen cloths. So those shortened fibers, they are woven into woolen cloths, and the rest are used for making up of the sweaters. So these are the various processes which are involved during the process of formation of the fiber from the sheep. Now next is let us see what are the different characteristics of the wool. So the characteristics features of the woolen cloths are what? The woolen cloths, they are usually rough, while others are extremely soft. You can see curls of the wool fibers create pockets and give the wool as a spongy feel. Insulation is there. Insulation purpose, it absorbs up to 30% of its weight and so on. These are the characters of the woolen clothes. Now we'll discuss about the sericulture. That means what? The fibers which is obtained from the silk. So before going to the sericulture process, we have to know the life cycle of the silk. How does the silk used to obtained form? So silk is what we used to get from the silk. We used to get a silkworm from which the fiber used to be obtained. So silk is considered the best type of fiber and highly prized. It is because silk has a natural beauty that few other fibers are equal. Silk fiber shines with a soft light and looks at it as if it shines slightly. Then life history. What is the history? A silk starts its life cycle as a tiny egg laid the female moth, and then it forms into a caterpillar, then pupil. Then the life cycle of the silkworm is clearly given in your book. You go through your book and then you will be able to understand all the life cycles process of the silkworm. As you can see, the silkworm project, you will be able to see in your book the life cycle of the silkworm is given here. So from the silk, the cocoon is used to be obtained, and from there we used to get the fibers. So let us begin. What do we mean by sericulture process? The cultivation of the silkworm for the purpose of producing silk is called as the sericulture. That means what? The cultivation of the silkworm for the production of producing the silk cloth is called as your sericulture process. So it is very old occupation. That is a very old occupation in our country. So the process which is obtained during the process of sericulture is what? Sorting cocoons, then rearing filament, and then the last one is your belly. So basically there are not many steps as compared to the fibers which are obtained from the sheep. So sorting process means what? The cocoon are sorted according to the color, size and shape. So this, after we get the cocoons, we get from the silkworm, we get the cocoons, and from there we used to use it for the, we used to separate it according to color, size and shape. Then reeling is the process of unwinding the silk filaments from the cocoon. Then after the sorting into different colors and textures, the cocoon's filaments are removed from it, and then it is used and boiled to obtain the fibers form. Then the reeled silk is packed in small bundles called books, weighing to 2 to 4.5 kg. So after the cocoons has been boiled, and then it is used into the bundles form. It used to make in the bundles of 2 to 4.5 kg, and then it is used for making up of the fibers, and then it is used for making of the clothes. Different types of silk clothes are made. So the 4 varieties of natural silk are mulberry silk, tussar silk, moga silk and iris silk. So there are 4 varieties of the silk, that is your mulberry silk, tussar silk, moga silk and iris silk. These are the varieties of the silk. About 90% of the mulberry silk comes from Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, so on. So what are the properties and characteristics features of the silk? The silk is that it can be spun to be the longest of all natural fibers. It absorbs water very fast. It is highly elastic. It can be stretched and will return to its original shape. It can be ironed easily and resists wrinkling. Silk keeps warm in winter and cool in summer. So these are some of the characteristics of the silk clothes. Now, what is the dangers, that means health hazards of sericulture? Means what are the hazards which is associated with the sericulture cultivation? So the sericulture hazards which are associated with the sericulture cultivation is that workers need to be kept to dip their hands in frequently boiling water. So the hands of the workers used to be get boils and burns, because they used to have to put their hands in the boiling water. For that reasons they used to get wounds. So many types of wounds used to be get. Then silk extraction demands for hours, so they have to work for around 14 hours. 14 to 16 hours per day. So during that their eyes strength, they also used to loses their sight of the eyes, so they have bad effect over their eyes. Boiling cookers in big water tanks release lot of fumes and vapors. This causes respiratory problems. So even the workers, they used to get respiratory problems and so on, because of the fumes which is developed from the boiling water and vapors. Machines produces lots of sound, so the machines used to create a noise hearing problem also in the workers. So the workers which are working during the cultivation of silk sericulture processes, their hands, they used to get wounds also over their hands. They have a very poor eyesight, since they used to work during 14 to 16 hours. Then they they even used to get respiratory problems also, and machines, since they produces lots of sound, their workers, they can even have adverse effect of losing their hearing or the hearing purpose also. So machines used for spinning and weaving produce lots of sound. The continuous working in such noisy conditions leads to hearing problems also. So the workers will get hearing problems also if they are working for such a long period of time during the sericulture process. So these are some of the health hazards which are associated with the cultivations of the sericulture processes. So we have discussed about the fibers. That means there are basically 2 types of fibers. One is the natural fibers and the other one is your synthetic fibers. Natural fibers comes from 2 sources. One is the plant sources and the other one is your animal sources. We have discussed the plant sources are your cotton, jute, flax and so on. And then animal sources, we have the sheep, goat, hare, goats, ox, and so there are various types of animals sources of the fibers. In the animal sources of the fibers, we have discussed about the sheep. Basically the sheep sources, that is the most commonly sheep are used for getting up the woolen clothes. That means woolen clothes are made from the sheep fibers. That is your shedding. Wool of the sheep is used. Then from the silkworm sericulture processes we have discussed, and then silkworm is used for making up of the silk fiber types of clothes. So these are the important things which is discussed in your chapter number 3. you watch the video and even go through the video twice and thrice for a good understanding, and read your book too, so that you will have a clear concept about the chapter. This is all.